Here's a guide for covering all your builds and your whole world in overgrowth. One of the first things to decide on when covering your house in plants is figure out what kind of vibe you want. Do you want a well-planned and maintained green roof, or do you want to make it look like no one's lived there for 500 years? Maybe you want something pink and flowery, maybe something more spooky using the pale forest stuff. The sky's the limit, really. Just pick a theme and some blocks that match the color palette and you're good to go. Plants often work well because they're pretty on their own and break up the monotony of blocks with interesting shapes, but don't be afraid to get creative with it. Also, don't forget you can hang vines in empty air by making sure they're connected to a vine on a solid block above them, and keep them from growing where you don't want them by placing string in their way. This also works for any plant that grows, like saplings, bamboo, and cave vines. If you're planning on using regular green foliage, another important thing to keep in mind is its color. Grass, vines, ground foliage like ferns, and most types of leaves change color based on the climate of the biome they're in, except for azalea, spruce, and birch, and the other obvious ones. With some exceptions, hot and dry biomes will be closer to yellow, while colder ones will have more blue undertones, and humid ones will go all in on a very bright green. A couple particularly cool ones are the swamp being the darkest, the badlands, which is so dry it's just brown, and the snowy biomes for being the bluest. The upcoming dappled forest will also be super interesting, naturally making these blocks a deep red-orange. Anyway, one last tip before I leave you. Don't be afraid to replace some of the blocks in the build you're trying to overgrow with the plants and stuff. Especially in smaller builds, it can look pretty clunky and weird when it's on a layer entirely above or outside your build, rather than being integrated into its already existing shape. That's it. Thanks for watching.